afternoon, or it's almost evening. Welcome back to Simply Garden, and guess what? It is peach picking time. Look at the size of these guys here. I mean, we have had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of peaches. Now, what went different this year? Oh, and here's Hunter. Come on in here, Hunter. Yo, come on and say hi to everybody here. How do you like this peach, huh? Look at the size of that peach, huh? Wow.
You can eat it. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, is that good, huh? Yummy, yummy. Well, I'll tell you what, we did something different this year. I mean, the amount of peaches, we've already picked 2 trees clean, small ones. This one here is a ton of it yet. We used a different organic fungicide in June. And more research, over time you get better, hopefully by learning new things. And I did organic fungicide, sprayed the peaches when they were small and green, and because in the past I would get a lot of this problem, which is, if I can find one that has it. Oh, I don't know if you can you see up there, Jen?
I'm done.
It kind of, like half the tree would become like that.
I'm done.
Oh, you know, you got more of that. You can eat more than that. Oh yeah, come on.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, there we go, good. So anyways, I just lose peaches because the fungus would take over and it would kill them. So now we've got plans. We're giving away to everybody. We're getting ready to give it to Carter's school. Hi, Carter.
Hi.
We're gonna give some peaches to your school today, aren't we, huh? Yep. So we're giving a bunch of peaches for
Whoa,
the teachers.
That's a big one.
Isn't that neat, huh?
Biggest one I've ever seen.
Isn't that awesome? Yeah.
Wait,
So
one second.
we're gonna do a
Keep it.
recipe. We're gonna do a recipe with peaches. I'm not sure what yet, but trust us, it's gonna be good. So come along with us here and check it out.
Here's one.
And once again, thank you for checking out. Oh, here's one here. You want to eat that one?
Well, good evening. We're back in the kitchen and we have picked peaches and more peaches and more peaches. I would say over 1,000 peaches my husband has had from his peach trees this fall. Unbelievable. And we are having so much fun sharing our peaches and just enjoying the joy that brings to having a large organic garden. So this time I thought I'd bring you in the kitchen to make a very simple recipe. There's nothing better than having a fresh peach to eat. But there is a recipe I want to share with you called a simple fresh peach turnover. And it has a peach glaze on top that is to die for. So it's simple, there are a few ingredients, so let's get going. The first thing is you're going to need 5 cups approximately of chopped up peaches. So you're gonna peel your peaches, you're going to get the pit out of your peaches, and then you're gonna chop them up. So a little more finely chopped than if you were going to do a peach crisp, which we've been enjoying those too. Okay, so 5 cups of that. And then I'm gonna add to that mixture 2 tablespoons of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of freshly grated nutmeg, or you can get the already grated nutmeg. And I put that in a bowl and I just whisk that together. I'm gonna stick that in there with 4 tablespoons of sugar. So 4 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. You grab a wooden spoon and you're just going to add that 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, and you're just going to mix those ingredients together like that. So the next thing you want to do is you want to make your puff pastry squares. So you're going to buy a box of the puff pastry. It's usually like Pepperidge Farms here in the New England area, but any of the puff pastry in the freezer department. And the puff pastry comes on big sheets and you want to cut it into 4, so it makes 4 squares. And usually you get 2 of those in a box, so it should make 8 squares total. I'm going to let you know that the amount of peaches that I chopped up was way too much for 1 box of puff pastry. So half the recipe, I'd say about 2.5 cups of chopped peaches is plenty adequate. I had leftovers, so I'm gonna make a small peach crisp and that will work too. So you're gonna cut your puff pastry into the 4 squares. Now what you're going to do is, I have these silicone little brushes that I got. I believe that was Stonewall Kitchen. You could look that up online. Some of your shops, like even Target, Walmart probably has them. And you're going to take half and half. I put a little bit in this little ramekin. And you are going to paint, it's kind of fun, kids could do this, the edges of your square with half and half. Then you're going to take approximately 3 to 4 tablespoons, minus some of the juice. I don't want all that juice in there. So it's about 4 tablespoons of the mixture of peaches. And then it's kind of like playing with Play-Doh. It's fun. You're just gonna pat that down. Where you have your half and half is kind of like a glue. Now in this bowl, I have a fork and I have a little bit of flour. And you're just going to crimp the edges, kind of like you see on a pie. These are like little mini peach pies, as in turnovers. Then you're going to pierce the top about 3 times. Take the leftover half and half. This is moving because I have a double layer, and I didn't tell you that. This is a silk pad, that little rubber mat here. You don't need that. This is simple parchment paper. You want that underneath every single one of your turnovers. That's gonna keep it from sticking. What the half and half does is it keeps it a golden glaze, and then I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon sugar on top. And there you have it. That's what it looks like. And I have in the refrigerator the rest of them already prepped and ready to go. We're gonna lay them out on the sheets, pop them in the oven, 400 degrees. Let me tell you how long approximately that's gonna take. About 15 minutes. I would definitely check at the 15-minute mark. Okay? And we'll see what these look like when we take them out. So guess what just came out of the oven? And boy, does it smell like heaven in this kitchen. I know some oozed out. That's okay. It's not going to be a problem. You could put a little less filling, but my husband likes more filling and not just all of the puff pastry. I want to back up a minute and show you. This is the one I used. You may have non-Pepperidge Farms. There may be other types on the market, but just follow the directions on the back. You're supposed to thaw it in your refrigerator. And today, of all days, it is fall, almost. It is in September, and it has been in the 80s with high humidity today. So, trying to keep the puff pastry cold is key. Putting these in the refrigerator before they get baked. They didn't probably puff up as much as usual, but the humidity is a factor, so that's okay. They're still gonna taste wonderful, a little bit of ice cream on top. I also had extra filling. So I wanted to let you know nothing goes to waste. We put the filling, the peach filling that was in here, in a small little crock. I made a topping of oats and cinnamon and brown sugar and a little nutmeg and flour and butter, crumbled cold butter, and I made basically a crumb topping that you can find in most recipe books for apple crisp. This then is peach crisp. So now this can go in the oven and nothing goes to waste. It'll be about 30 minutes and that will be all done. So there you have it. It's pretty simple. And one more thing that makes this absolutely delicious. So I stuck a glaze in a bag. And you want to know what the recipe is for that glaze? It is some of the peach juice. Approximately, you're going to put 2 tablespoons of the peach juice from your peaches because they just extract juice continually. You want 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, a tablespoon of soft, not melted, soft butter, just leaving it out on room temperature, and a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And you're gonna whisk that together in a bowl, and then I stuck it in a Ziploc bag, really simple. And then you're gonna let these cool a little bit. You can see what the parchment paper does. And this gives you the ability to make it look a little bit fancy, but you saw how simple that was. So here's the end result of your sweet peach glaze turnovers.
And it's simply delicious. Here we go. Ready to try it? Oh yeah. Let me break it open here. Oh, here we go. Nice, crunchy.
Is it flaky?
Delicious. You gotta try it. Gotta have some. Thanks to Linda. And once again, thank you for viewing. And please subscribe for new viewers. Appreciate it. Have a great night.